Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zentangle Explore. I am so excited to draw with you today. This is a class where we draw with Misha the kitty, and we draw very, very slowly. So if you have a pen and a small piece of paper you can hold in your hand, this is watercolor paper, but you can use whatever you like, then you can draw really slow lines with me. We're going to start off with meditation. So get nice and comfortable in your seat. And close your eyes if you like. I'm going to close mine. And just check in with your breath. Say, hello, breath. Welcome to this day, to this moment. And just notice. Notice what your breath is doing. It's with us from the moment we are born to the moment that we pass on. And sometimes we just don't notice what it's doing. We always have the opportunity to tune in, gentle awareness, and say, hello, breath. What is happening now? What are you doing now? And just follow along behind the breath. Like you're investigating a new friend or a new path, a new trail. There's an inhale. There's an exhale. There's a little tiny stop before the next inhale. And a little tiny stop before the next exhale. Active inhalation, bringing in new air and oxygen, brains, body, blood, cells. And then a rest. And then a letting go. A letting go. Soft release of carbon dioxide, toxins, tension and thoughts. And then a little rest. And then the cycle continues with the inhale, actively gathering nourishment, nutrients from the outside, from the environment, from nature. And then a little rest. And then a clearing out, a gathering of everything that's no longer needed. And releasing it with love, gentle awareness to the outside, to be renewed by the earth, to feed the trees and the plants and the flowers. With your beautiful breath no longer serves you, will be exactly what they need to grow and thrive. And at the bottom of the exhale, a little rest. The cycle continues. And you can bring that breath wherever your attention can go. The top of your head. Exhaling to the bottom of your feet. Up into the sky. Exhaling down into the earth. Giant circle of rejuvenation. Leaning and bearing. Nourishment. Revitalization. And relaxation. All contained within the cycle of the beautiful, beautiful breath that is yours and yours alone. Nobody else can breathe that for you in exactly the way that you do. Let's take a big inhale together. And a nice sighing exhale. If you can, make some noise. Ah. Nice big inhale together. And let's make some noise. Ah. One last big inhale together. And a nice sighing exhale. Ah. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. You know, whatever we create together and whatever you create in your life is going to be perfect just as it is. Okay. I have Kitty on my lap now. All right. So we are going to draw. Thank you for tuning in and relaxing with me. I completely appreciate it. It makes it easier for me to draw in a nice, calm way, slowly. All right, I'm going to change my camera and we will draw. So I have a couple of 2x2 squares here. Amy Miracle over at the mindfulartstudio.com is doing her Inchi challenge right now in August of 2023 when this video is being made, where she gives prompts for word prompts, and then you create whatever you want from that word prompt. And she works on 2x2. So that is why I'm working on 2x2 with today. And I have a Sharpie pen. You can use whatever you like. I have several options here. So it's okay to have more than one pen. And we are going to start. I'm going to show you how to draw this pattern in two different ways. So I'm going to use half of my tile and then the other half. And this is a class all about exploration. So you can take this in whatever direction you would like to. So I'm going to start out just with a really slow line. I said I'm going to show you this two different ways. So this is the diamond grid that I'm going to start out with here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You're just drawing lines. Draw a parallel line to this one. Parallel line to this one. Really, really slowly. The more slowly you can draw, the better. So slowly. Just watching the ink settle into the page. With gentle awareness in the background of your beautiful breath. Now we want one more cross line in this little diamond grid. We want triangles for starters. So I'm just going to take this and come right across, right through those X's. And if your X's are kind of wonky and uphill and downhill, that is so perfect. It really does not matter. This is a very simple tangle. My lines are going a little crazy, and that is okay. We're going to embrace those wiggly lines. Allow them to be exactly as they are. This tangle is called Vine, Vine, by Steen by Bartholomew. You see a minute why. And so on the spine, we are going to put bunches of orbs really slowly. You can leave little white highlights in the middle if you like. And these are going to look a little bit like grapes, or blueberries, or mulberries, some sort of fruit on a tree. And they fill in wherever you want. Really slowly. I drew a really small triangle grid here. If you started with larger spaces, you could really play with all of these grapes in different ways. And the last step to this is to draw a little aura inside. An aura is just a line that mimics the other lines that came before. Okay, it's a very small example. So small. And now we're going to take this off into space. Really slow lines. These are going to be double lines with a little ribbon, which is kind of a mirroring of this aura line inside these little tiny triangles. I'm going to take these extended lines and cross them over each other. One line and the next line. Nice and slowly, just meandering around. You can make these lines go wherever you want them to go. You don't need to stay in triangles anymore. You can go on a walkabout. And they can branch if you'd like, because this is Zentangle Explore. You can explore anything you would like from this pattern. You could have fat vines or thin vines. And then I'm going to add my orbs. I'm noticing that my hand is speeding up when I'm doing these little circles. I will remind myself, slow down, nice and slow. You can start on a new piece of paper or a new piece of cardstock or watercolor paper whenever you want. Turn the tile. And we've started this with double lines with ribbons, but you can still add that aura inside if you'd like. It's pleasing to you. You may be having some questions or some promptings from the inside saying, what if you did it this way? What she's doing is okay, but I want to do something different. You can answer those questions with your pen and your really slow lines. These thicker lines that I'm drawing is called rounding. It's where you round out the corners. This adds a little thickness, a little dark space for interest for the eye, but it's not necessary. It's just fun. And back to your breath. Relax that grip on the pen. Slow down. Slow line, easy breath, allowing yourself to hear and listen to any inner promptings to do something different, something new. Sometimes when I hear those, I say, oh, that's, I won't do that. That'll be a waste of time. And I find that when I relax and breathe, try it out anyway, I am almost always surprised by how fabulous it is. Also aware that I would have missed the opportunity to experience that had I dismissed that inner prompting to do whatever it is I was being prompted to do. Maybe your grape clusters don't want to be round. Maybe they don't want to be filled in with black. Maybe you have a highlighter or crayon or colored pencil you'd like to use. Maybe you'd like to have rectangle shaped fruit on this spine. Maybe you'd like to have giant bundles of fruit on really skinny vines or little tiny bundles of fruit on really large, wide vines. Maybe your vines want to vary from really thin lines to really thick lines to really thin lines to really thick lines. And decide your vines want to be in the shape of the letters of your name. Maybe the fruit isn't connected to a vine at all, but floats in space. Maybe it's not fruit, maybe it's clouds. Those clouds look very different from what I'm drawing. This is Zentangle Explore. It's your opportunity to explore exactly the way you want to, which has nothing to do with what I'm doing. My recommendation, though, is to explore really slowly. I mean, there's all kinds of time, zero rush. Maybe some of your vines want to be colored in. Your auras on the inside extend all the way through, just like you drew the vine. So they start overlapping in the corners. Each side getting an aura. And then moving on. If you so desire. Just allowing your pen to lead you. New discoveries. acknowledging it as your friend, your drawing companion, is there to help you and guide you. Sometimes the pen and the hand work in concert and they do something that the brain just is not anticipating. It's realization sometimes tempting to say, oh, what's happened? What's wrong with my brain, my pen, my hand? Goodness, could say, oh my goodness, check that out. That's kind of new. That's different. That might look a little strange or a little odd, but I think I might like it. Thank you, brain. Thank you, hand. Thank you, pen. Thank you, brain, for allowing this to be okay. Thank you, pen and hand, for going off on your own adventure, taking me with you. Allowing whatever shows up to be absolutely perfect. Knowing that it can be perfect, feel uncomfortable. You may not actually like it. And acknowledging that that is okay, it's super helpful to being open to exploring what is showing up on the page. Just allowing it to be exactly what it is. Not judging or criticizing or being angry or judgmental about it. Just saying, okay, it's a page, it's a line, it's some ink. Whatever wants to show up is just fine with me. Because I know that whatever shows up is giving me new information that I can use to discover and explore something else. And back to the breath. Releasing the grip on that pen. Slowing down. I think when we judge our artwork and our lines too fiercely, we're giving up on our inspiration. Our inspiration is where everything new and fun and joyful comes from. Shutting that down is never generally feels good, even if the brain or the ego might say it's deserved. My challenge to you is to allow your inspiration to lie free, to explore it with open curiosity and a sense of allowing. You never know when something so super fun is going to show up and lead you in a completely new direction you wouldn't otherwise have embarked upon, but for you paying attention to the inspiration that's welling up from within. Hey, I'm get away from you here. Here are my explorations. I am so pleased that you came to draw with me today. If you would like to donate to this class, paypal.me/eternal possibilities, and you can check out my Zentangle Explore playlist for many other videos to watch and find my other classes at eternalpossibility.com. I am Esther Piszczek, and I hope to draw with you again.